Greetings, weary traveler. Come, warm yourself by the fire and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, Tales of Tamriel. I am your host, Aggelos, and we are coming to you live from the Ebony Flask in Mournhold. No, it's Ebonheart. That's where Ebony Flask is, right? I can't remember. Wherever the Dunmer like to do their dances, right? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that place. We are joined by the one, the only Arkhaniir Silver Shield himself. How are you?
I'm awake, very alert as we concluded pre-show, and yeah, ready for this episode. How are you?
I'm pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, we have a surprise for you, Ark, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. We'll do
That's
that.
entirely why I woke up.
Yeah, I know.
That's the reason.
We've got
entice you.
Entice. Yeah, this is very enticing. We've got Lotus of Doom. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying out a new network cable, so hopefully my voice won't drive me as insane when listening to the repeat of the show.
It will. It always does.
Damn it.
But it not for the quality, just because it's your own voice. You just go,
no. I'll never live that down.
Yeah. But we got a fun show planned for you guys today. We've got some tales, mostly Lotus. I have a few tales of the RNG gods bestowing their grace upon me. Arkhaniir seems to be deprived of all sorts of everything, so that's unfortunate.
It's almost like you've been busy with real life.
Yeah. And
sort of. And we've got a little bit of news to talk about, specifically the New Life Festival. And I'm pretty sure we got another Networking In Nirn segment from Lotus, so that's pretty exciting to see as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But before we jump into the news, we also got to give an amazing shout out to Eric D and Kenneth S, our newest patrons over at patreon.com/dungeoncrawlernetwork. If you want to help support the show, you could check that out. There's a couple benefits to both subscribing to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/dungeoncrawlernetwork, or becoming a patron of ours over at patreon.com. You get all access to all of our shows a little early. Literally, like normally you get at least 24 hours, sometimes several days. Yeah, I think our From the Ashes show for Ashes of Creation, we recorded it on Thursday Night Live, and it was ready by, probably about 2 hours after the show aired, and the video was available about the next day. People are still waiting on that episode, and they'll wait till Monday. So if you want to hear our stuff early so you can tout it over all your friends about what we talked about and they still haven't heard it, that's a way of doing it. There you go. There's also one other thing that patron subscribers get. They gain access to all of our post shows. So if you're here live, you get to actually watch them when we do a post show. I'm not sure if we'll do one tonight. Maybe we will, but I think Ark might be half dead. We'll see how we go near the end of the show. We'll see. I don't want to push it. But we generally do post shows afterwards. I know our Ashes of Creation shows definitely have one each and every time. And those are for people who watch us live on twitch.tv/dungeoncrawlernetwork or are supporting us via Patreon. So check those out and get those benefits and be cool like the rest of us. Yeah. Anyway, you can also support us by leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes they matter. Whew. That's some solid introduction, I gotta tell you.
It's almost like you rehearsed that or something.
Yeah, it's not like I've had 188 episodes of practice. Yeah. All right, so before we jump into our tales, I think it's time to present Ark with his gift.
Should we give him his gift right off the start?
I think we will, because I think that'll put him in a...
Before you do that, I want to tell everyone, I was like about to sleep at midnight, and Lotus goes, I have a gift for you during the show. And I'm like, I was supposed to sleep. An hour passes, and I'm like, what's the gift? I mean,
oh dear, yeah.
I had a few ideas, like... Did they wipe the entire Aldmeri population off the face of Nirn? That would be a nice gift. Did Aggelos finally, got good? Stop being a noob? That would be... But then I thought, that's sort of too much to ask for.
Oh, yes.
even at Christmas. So that was out of the way. So yeah, I was curious. I slept curiously and I woke up curiously. What is going on?
Well, I mean, I think you're gonna enjoy this. But do you have the stream up, Art? Because I'm just gonna bring it up on stream for you. Yeah.
No, hold on.
Yeah, you should.
Wait.
You should do that, and I'll wait a few seconds for you to be ready.
Yeah, this is a very
now it's up,
visual
but
gift.
there's
the
So my
delay.
apologies for the podcast listeners.
Yeah, this is. But I'm sure the.
I'll put it. Yeah, we can put it up later on social media and stuff for anybody
we'll
that wants
definitely
to check
do
it
that.
out.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna get
I know
that
the
tweet
Discord.
ready right now. To be honest, just gonna get
I'm not sure if I should be concerned or.
Oh,
I mean, I'm very concerned right now. This is.
For the podcast listeners, I don't even think you need the visual because the I'm trying to think of the word, the expressions of gratitude that will be flowing as an abundance of honey from Ark's mouth will be all that you need. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna get ready. Put that up here as well on the Yield Twitters, the Twitterverse. There it is. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and post that image for people to see. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a second till Art gets his view.
Yes, I was going to say, I'd like to preface it by it's the best I could do in honor of something we've discussed. It's not exactly Gallisner quality, but
Shrink that down. Just put that in the center. I think he left the call.
That was just so that you have to reassign the cameras. That's your punishment.
I guess it's a good thing that I put the image up and it covered everything. So
my newest character
Delete this.
is for ESO to give audio listeners a cue is Arkhaniir, who is with. I did my best to kind of give a nice high elf look to what Ark would look like in game, flying the filthy Elmir Dominion flag, surrounded by guars. Which is, that's kind of your thing, and he's also a sex plot.
He is a sex plot.
As you can see, he's holding a two-handed sword on his back, and he is the Templar class.
188 episode of Tales of Tamriel. Almost 88 episodes I've been a part of, and it led to this. It led to this moment. And I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I know how. Look, you even made the beard and mustache and my hair, but in Altmeri form.
This is the disturbing part.
This took me a little while to kind of perfect as best I could.
This is the disturbing part. This looks like identical to you. So now I'm starting to really wonder about your heritage, sir, because it's like photorealistic.
I'm not yellow in real life.
Happy New Life, Ark.
I have sort of this wheat,
I made this just for the festival. This is actually going to be one of my alts that I just run for the event to try to get extra boxes.
And I really do hope that we start hearing your tales of Arkhaniir each week. I want to hear what you've been doing.
I can have a Arkhaniir part.
That would be amazing. See, you even gave him the same expression he has right now.
Very, very displeased.
Yeah. So, that was it. So,
you remember that was my gift. For those who
Thank you.
do get to know the post show or get to listen to the post show, I actually hinted that was coming last time, and it just took me a little while to get it done correctly. So.
One time, I'm not a part of something, and go sleep, and this happens. Remember that scene from Lord of the Rings when the Helm's Deep is under siege and Theoden King is, getting his armor put on him, and he goes, how did it come to this?
I don't know, man. It's just it was my artistic vision, and it really encompasses all the things in Elder Scrolls that I think you've been secretly talking about.
I have Gallisner at one side just making memes nonstop. I have Aggelos for 5 years, just 5 years of Aggelos, just teasing me with all kinds of stuff, and now you, Lotus, come on.
I know. Well, look, we just I knew you secretly wanted to just see at least what it would look like if you were a high elf sex Valar surrounded by Galars working for the Eldmeri Dominion.
I didn't wake up for this at 6 a.m.
Well, you're awake and here you are, so
yeah, I guess I did technically.
Yeah, whether it was intentional or not, you might not have realized what you were waking up for, but it's what it devolved into.
Yeah, I'm so happy with what we have here. It's pretty amazing. It really is. It's
there will be revenge.
Well, exactly. It should just the LSD Guar pet was really what I felt brought it all together because of his unrequited love for all things Guar.
Yes.
You didn't have to mix that up with my unrequited love for like Eldmeri freaking Dominion.
I mean, you love what you love, Ark. I mean, don't be ashamed of it.
It's true.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. I understand.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, don't be ashamed.
Oh man!
All right. Good. Well, that was a festive start to the holiday event.
It was, and
the gift of giving.
It was good. It was really good. I'm really appreciating. And I see Ishu. I love the pet guar in front of. Yeah. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, I see Gabanis on Twitter already liked the tweet that we put out. Ark's new character.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
I'm really looking forward to we're going to have its own segment, the Tales of Arkhaniir.
Tales of Arkhaniir.
Oh, and Book Nerd. At least they left the toilet thing behind.
That is true. He isn't in a. I could have put him in like Black Marsh or something too.
Yeah, that would have been good. That'd have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you log in, he's just sitting in that swamp water. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on with what we got. I can tell Ark is just so happy. So I see Ark. What is game time? Yeah. Tell us what's going on, sir.
So for the last couple weeks or so, I almost never logged in to ESO.
Okay.
Or pretty much any other games because I'm in between changing jobs, which is finally resulting this Monday starting my new job. So hopefully everything should be back on track and I should start getting some more game time again. I did a couple things. I got the Frostbane Wolf when it was on the gems, like the Scale Color Crate session.
Nice. That thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. The only thing that I don't like about it, and this goes for every mount that has particle effects coming from anywhere. And the Frostbane mounts, they have the icy breathing from their noses, right? But it's simulated in local space to the wolf. So even when you are running forward, the effect or the steam or the breath, it's not going back from the nose or the head. It's still right in front of it.
Oh, really?
And that makes it, and that makes it a weird. It's strange.
I don't think I have any mounts that have like a particle effect like that. So like I don't think I've ever noticed, but that seems like that would be a little weird to just look at, especially if you're like on a long run and there's just the cloud continually starting right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's there. It's supposed to be going backwards when you're running forward, and it's just there, and it's been annoying me, which I might actually send forceful breath. I might actually send a ticket to Zas just to like, please do something about this. You know, make it an option or something. Just make it more immersive somehow.
Well, it seems like, I mean, again, you'd know more about this than me. I can't. My programming knowledge is comically minimal, but it seems like even just for a simple fix, if they would move the actual box back, if there's like a movement thing so that it trails almost like a hitbox, even if it just kind of went into the model itself, it still might look like the breath is going back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the engine, obviously, the details of the engine, but for most engines, this is just one click away. Just make it either simulated in local space or world space. At least that's how it's in Unity. I believe that's how it's in Unreal Engine.
Okay.
So it's just one click away from fixing this.
It might just be a simple thing they overlooked then, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. That's why I'm gonna just send a ticket and see if they overlooked it. At least they'll know. If they made it this way for, I don't know, maybe performance issues or some other like problems with graphics glitches, as you said, like going into the model or something, then I'll understand. But just in case they actually overlooked this, I'm gonna take my chances. Yeah, so that's, I think, pretty much what I did. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else in terms of Tales.
Not even playing Skyrim? You literally
haven't done that in a while
either. Wow,
that's rough.
That is rough.
I mean, I did play Destiny 2 because someone gifted the new expansion to me, but that was it. And that's mostly idle. Like
Black Armory or Dark the Armory one. I don't remember the name.
All of it. So basically,
the whole thing.
Forsaken was gifted by Spankinator, and then the annual pass was gifted by Rutar. So I was
nice.
I've been spoiled in Destiny.
Hey, whatever.
So.
I was gonna say I mean I haven't played anything more than vanilla Destiny 2, but I mean I liked it for what it was. So
it's a good like get out game. You know, you can spend 20 minutes and still actually do something, like complete something. So that's what I mostly love about it.
Nice.
So cool. That's my Tales. Frostbane Mount. Zas, please. World space simulated breath.
You're giving Arkhaniir a twitch.
Simulated. That's neat. Let's see here. For me, I guess first off, I sent off some Christmas gifts because I had extra stuff, and they also First off, did you see the new Saber mount, the Saber Cat Frost Atronach? I don't know why they didn't make it a bear or something, but whatever.
Is that the 600 crown gem thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of people were talking about, they're like, ouch, out. That's a little expensive.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's definitely expensive. What do I have? Not collected. Anyway, so one of our guildies, Blood Eye, she was kind enough, she sent me a crate back as a for the Zangmir crates. Hey, thank you for the Christmas gifts. Here's a gift for you. Which was neat. And when she sent me it, she was like, yeah, knowing your luck, you'll probably get some rare mount. And I'm trying to find the mount that I got. Hold on, let me find it, because apparently it's not in the gem store. It is...
Wait, what do you mean it's not in the gem store? It's one of the...
Well, you can't buy it with the gems.
Oh.
I think, because I don't see it. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I know I'm going through all my pets on here just to try to find what it was. And Wolf Lizard Steed. Yes, so
wait,
the Wolf Lizard Steed.
Hold on. That crates, Apex rewards,
Wolf Lizard Steed. wolf lizard steed.
What is this? Oh, this is the one Nika got. Wait, actually, all of these Zanmir mounts. What are they? Is this a thing? Ag, you know your lore. Ag, are these creatures? Are they a thing?
Quite honestly, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen, but I mean, like, my only guess is because
the wolf lizard steed. Okay, it's a 400 gem. It says 400 gems.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's nothing.
A classic Apex.
Yeah. It's definitely not a bad. Is it an Apex though? Because
it is an Apex.
Because every time I'm going into it, it's not saying that. Like,
yeah, Ishibu mentioned it. Does it have like the black printing on it? Because that's one of the other, or is it green?
Oh, I know why. Because
I'm
stupid and I don't have. I had the only show not purchased.
Oh yeah, that'll do it too.
That hit it. But yeah, we got the wolf lizard steed. But still, it was an Apex, so that wasn't too bad. I've been doing. Go ahead.
He gets an Apex mount.
And you get Arkhaniir.
And he's so unimpressed at this time. Like, he got so many of them. He's so unimpressed. He's like, is this even an Apex?
Yeah,
I blur together at this point.
I mean, it's ugly.
Stuff them in my empty mansions, anyways.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I don't even let my mounts in the mansions. They'll take up too much space. Yeah, there'll be one extra thing for the sound to not echo off of, so they can't.
When you're breaking down unique items that people pray for.
Oh yeah, no, that too. Yeah. I love doing that. Like, especially when that person abandons me to go to the EU server. So anytime I get something that he really wants, I break it and I save it and send him the video, just because, like, if you were here, this could have been yours, but now you're not. So I'm just gonna break it.
I don't know. I mean, leaving you for EU sounds like a good deal to me, at least. But
I mean, you didn't even play anymore, so.
But suddenly you seem to be like you're on the PS4 North American server, from what I saw earlier.
Yeah.
PlayStation. Oh, you mean? Oh. I have forgotten about it already. I mean, it's reminded me. At this time, I have short memory, and I was happily ignorant.
He almost let that go again, but no.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It does. But see, I feel like if I put stuff in my houses, there won't be enough room for my giant Scrooge McDuckian vault where I keep all my money that I pile into.
It would be kind of neat if you could, like, actually put your physical money down, since you have so much available, and just have it, like, stack up
like a giant pile. Yeah,
just like a base pile that just gets bigger.
Oh man, that would be pretty funny. Oh yeah. I actually spent a bunch of money, so yeah.
What exactly?
Oh, I got all the rest of the $3 million houses. So.
Oh, there you go. Because why not?
Yeah. So now
I know, right? I know.
Now I have all of those. So yeah. Yeah, they're empty. I don't have anything in them, but
again, not even remotely surprised by that.
Hey, it's a free port. Yeah. It's a
3
million gold port.
Yeah.
I mean, to make use of that, you need to use that, 300 times? No, 300,000 times.
300,000 times.
Yeah, before
times three of them.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't even count the rest of the houses I have. Yeah. So yeah.
Just shy of 1 million ports, and you'll be breaking even at that point.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So that worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah.
Doing some PvP because I got all my gear now, so I need to run some dungeons. But the dungeon event was so bad the other day, or the last. I just couldn't run.
Yeah.
So,
I did only one. Yeah. I think I did only one, and I was like, nope, not like this.
I did it every day except for the very last day. The very last day I did I forgot. I legitly 100% forgot to do the event. And I could have had I'd have more tickets. Because as of right now, I actually have double of every single one of the feathers.
Oh yeah, I remember you were doubling up.
Yeah, so as soon as I get 10 again, I'll be able to buy one of the mounts, and then I just have to get 10 one more time, and I'll be able to get, which as long as I do the quest every day, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, not an issue at all. So I'll be able to get 2 of the mounts, and so that's what I've been working on. But I've been doing some PvP, but I need to run dungeons because I am out of the respec crystals. The respec
the transmute thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm totally out of that.
I mean, luckily you get those from PvP occasionally as well, which is kind of nice. Not nearly the same degree, but
I mean,
here's how to do it. So you go into a monthly campaign.
Yep.
You do enough things, just enough to get tier 2 rewards, which is just it might even be tier 1. I don't know. Actually, hold on, let me check.
If you get
tier 1, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think even tier 1 qualifies.
It will give you 20 to 50 transmute crystals at the end of that campaign for each character you have. So what you can do is, even with a lobby or, a normal PvE character or whatever, just an empty character, just go into the campaign, find a party, and do stuff with the group just enough to get to tier 1 rewards. And then by the end of the campaign, you'll have a lot of transmute crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way to do it.
I guess. I mean, that might be something I look into. I just...
But yeah, the same thing. Your pledges will add up and stuff like that as well if you bother with those.
The problem is I'm not doing as much as I'm normally only playing maybe 1 or 2 nights a week.
Sure. And they're kind of time gated because you can only do so many things per day to guarantee it. The rest is just total luck.
Right. Yeah, I think I do 2 nights a week. Sometimes, no, I log in every day, but I wouldn't say I'm actively playing. I do my writs, and now that the New Life Festival's on, I do the daily quest, which gets me addicted.
Unless I'm mistaken, because I know you could from the other events, there is a chance in the New Life boxes that you will get a transmute geode, I believe.
Really?
As far as I understand, as far as I know, you can, but I don't think it's anything spectacular. It's just like, you could get one here or there because it's kind of just random stuff. And I know you could, with the Undaunted event, it could theoretically have just like a little cruddy green or blue geode in it. Mm-hmm. Which, that's not going to give you a huge bunch at once, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, well, you can still get 1 or 2 added onto the pile every now and then.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But like on Saturdays, and I run with Gabanis. Well, he's not in chat, but he normally listens to the show. And his group to do trials. So I run trials with them when they need fill-ins and stuff like that. So that's kind of the one night I do stuff, and then generally I play when we're doing the podcast. So, like, I'll be running around doing dungeons and stuff like that because it's just, something I can talk about while we're doing that. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing. I haven't even really been doing BGs that much because I've gotten most of the cosmetics out of it now. So, I've been doing more of the... I've been doing the Murkmire pre-launch dailies just as a way of I make a little bit of money that way, and there's an achievement for doing 100 of them or something.
150.
150. Yeah, a lot of those. I still have a lot of Murkmire to do. I just cannot. I don't know what it is about Murkmire. I'm not even that far into it. Let me see how far into it I really am. I'm looking at Murkmire right now. I'm literally only unlocked the 3 bottom way shrines. And that's it. The quest I'm on now is Lore. Is that Lore of Murkmire? No. What quest am I actually on for Murkmire? I have a lot of quests. antique armor, empty nest, frog totem, turnaround, grave, circumstances, missing in Murkmire. I think that's the main storyline quest. Monument of Change and the Assassin's Arbitration. I don't know. I just, every time I try to go in to do some quest in Murkmire, I'm just kind of like, yeah.
I think I've only done two quests in Murkmire myself, and then like other things in ESO just felt more compelling. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good zone. It's a nice zone, but it just doesn't, pull me in like the others.
I see Isha in chat says she loves Murkmire. I need to keep going. Maybe it gets better. I don't see where the story's going at this point, because you have the Cyrodiilic, whatever they are, the collections
the
people.
Antiquities group. Or
yeah,
whatever.
and the Argonians are like, all right, take it. We don't want it. It's like literally not even the Argonians want their crap. Like, if you think about it, not even the Argonians want their own crap. Like, we're gonna go in here and steal this golden statue. Yeah, take it. We don't want it. It's in the past.
And it's yours.
Yeah, it's all yours. Yeah, have fun with that, loser. Going after junk. Don't they realize time doesn't mean anything, and the only thing that matters is change? What a weirdo. Oh, I'm sorry. What a weirdo.
Damn it, where's Promethean?
Yeah.
It is monotone readings.
Yes. No, Promethean, if you didn't listen to the show last week, Ark, we did the Lore Master archive, and it was from the point of view of Aggelos, or not Aggelos, that's the language they speak, but a Saxhleel, and he was explaining lore in Murkmire. And we made Promethean do the whole thing in a monotone voice.
Yeah, we kind of joked.
Because it was an Argonian telling the story.
Yeah, and he did the whole thing in Argonian speak.
It was pretty much, I was like, yeah, you're not allowed to say any other words unless it's that way. Just so
it was very impressive to be able to read that much script and stay completely monotone with the way they are.
Yep. No, like literally, he will. I'm not even gonna let him back on the show unless he's speaking that way. I will mute him if he tries to speak normally.
No normal speak.
No normal speak from you. Wreck the spine of get back to monotone speech. You. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my tales. I haven't done a whole ton. A lot of it's been just the. I want to say repetitive tasks, but to me, it's things I enjoy. I enjoy doing the daily writs. I like the crafting. It makes me more money to buy more houses that I don't put anything in.
Right.
But it doesn't make for really compelling story because it's like, well, I did some writs.
There's no story to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, we've been inundated with these events recently. So, I mean, there isn't I usually prioritize whatever the event is.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, by the way, this fall, I hope you like events because boom, it's nonstop. Like they borderline overlap each other.
They really do. There was 2 or 3 days between the end of the dungeon event and
like
New Life.
Murkmire launched. They're like, oh, you get your login reward if you don't have ESO Plus. Hope you enjoy Murkmire. Also, don't forget Clockwork City events going on. Oh, did we say Clockwork? Just kidding. It's the Undaunted event. It's like, oh dear God, like what is happening?
No, it's true because that's literally like, I want to say the past couple months, and don't get this wrong because there's a lot of games that don't have events ever, or they're so few and far between that.
Even look at the launch of this. Remember the droughts in content at the start?
Oh, yeah.
When they were trying to get their footing?
Oh, yeah. So it's odd for us to be complaining about it, but it's not like complaining. But in the same way, it sort of is. It's like, well, did you do any story? Well, no, because I only had so much time to play, and there's events every single day.
Right. And unfortunately, I can't just sit here and play 16 hours a day to keep up with all of this, plus also do, like, the content in the game that I want to do. It's just like not a possibility.
Right. It's nuts. Yeah. I'm glad you actually even brought that up because it really, who was I speaking to? I'm trying to remember. I think it was Aloha.
Yourself?
No. No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. No, I'm not stepping into that Sheogorath mess. Okay. No, I think it was Aloha because she was streaming one day and I hopped into her stream, just like, hey, what are you doing? And I forget. It was Clockwork City during the Clockwork City event, and she hadn't done any of it yet. She was still. I'm like, so you're not doing any of the Clockwork City? Like, I actually really enjoyed the Clockwork City. Yeah. The dungeon one was okay, but I didn't do it the way where you got the really good rewards. I just literally queued as a tank and went in.
The Undaunted event.
Yeah. The only time you got the mysterious box was the randoms.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, on that note, since we actually didn't have a show last week, it's currently live now. Just something to note for you guys as well as, anybody else. Rich Lambert had a post where they felt bad that the Dungeon Finder essentially crapped its pants during the event.
Pretty hard, too.
Yeah. So they also said that what's more embarrassing for them was that it's not that it just had all those problems, that it happened again, because this was an issue last year's Undaunted. And they thought they had it fixed. And as an apology, because I forget his exact wording, but it was basically like as a, this, we're not going to make you guys deal with this. So as an apology, the first New Life Festival quest you turn in each day per account, it's not per character because I was testing it just to see exactly what it was. You get one of the Undaunted boxes from the event that passed already, which I think is really cool because those are the dungeon motifs from the stuff that require at least hard mode, not at least hard mode, at least vet clears to get those motifs.
I've already gotten Dreadhorn staves and what I think one of the what are the other ones? The other ones, it's shoulder something. The Dragon Priest looking ones.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I got those shoulders. I've only done it 2 days, and I've gotten a motif page off each. So
Yeah.
Really excited about
No, I've gotten
that.
a couple stray ones from Scale Caller and stuff
Scale
like that.
Caller.
So
that's what it was.
That's why. Yep. So no, I have as well, and we've been getting a bunch of money we don't have. But between the group of us, it's like, if one of us gets one, we just kind of trade it amongst ourselves so that we are. There's like 3 of us that are master crafters, so it's like, okay, well, if I don't have one of these, you can have this one. I'll trade you for this one or whatever. And usually we need to sit down and just grind whatever the dungeon is. And it's like, this is a pleasant surprise. We just periodically get them chucked at us every now and then. I was like, it's kind of nice.
Oh yeah, no, it was it's definitely a nice setup, and I'm very appreciative of that because even though I got go ahead.
Dungeon Finder never once was fixed for good.
Yes, it's always had some lingering issue.
It's never happened. Every time, throughout this year or previous years, every time there was an event relying on the Dungeon Finder or Group Finder tool in general, every single time it broke. So,
yeah.
I love Rich Lambert, but it was never fixed. How did you guys think it was fixed?
I think this, like the infinite load screen, or not infinite, but the unusually long load screen, is one of those things that might just be out of their grasp, where it's just, it's not, whatever it is so weird and esoteric in the code that it's just like, look, this is just going to be a part of this game. And
yeah, same with the Dungeon Finder, I suppose.
Right. And I mean, to be fair, when they were nice enough to just be like, okay, it got to the point this time where it was like, all right, guys, sorry, it screwed you out of your event in some cases. Yeah. Here you go. Here's a gift for it. It's like, okay, that's pretty nice, especially because I feel that I wasn't affected by the Dungeon Finder thing at all. I found dungeons immediately. I was queued all the time. I never had any issues. I got every single day. So I'm getting just bonus boxes on top of that. Where I'm like, wow, I feel bad for the people who actually had issues with this.
I mean, in my case, I'm in the plus because I didn't do the Undaunted event at all.
So you got
and
some
now
extra...
I'm getting Undaunted. I mean, the way ZOS handles these problems, I'm completely okay with it and appreciate it as well.
It's just they don't need to do that.
It was never fixed.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, no. It's never worked since it's first came out.
It's always had. It's not even the same problem, but it's always had some problem.
Yeah, like, fair.
No matter what.
Fair.
I mean, we talked about this like just way back in time. I don't know if I even talked about it. I might have been just listening it at that point because I wasn't a co-host. I remember the discussion like just.
When were you not a co-host, Ark?
Dude, corporate.
many years ago.
I don't even remember when that wasn't a thing.
I mean,
like legitly, Ark.
Pre-episode 108, I believe I wasn't a co-host.
Are you sure about
Lord,
that?
That is crazy to think about.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I sometimes look back at the previous episodes and I'm like, why am I not there?
Sometimes I look back at the previous episodes and he goes, why did I ever talk to Ag, period? Like, why did when he said, hey, I could use a co-host, I said yes. That was the dumbest mistake I could have ever done.
Yeah, that was the...
You'll learn soon, Lotus. You'll learn soon. Wow. All right. Yeah. Cool. That's the end of my tales. Let's go ahead and move on to the one, the only Lotus, who actually did a lot of things.
Sorta. So I've been juggling as much as I can with the events. I got my Indrik mount the day New Life started.
I probably would have had it if I didn't buy double of everything each time.
Correct. Yeah, so I did that, and I've been riding around on that. And just as a side note of just something funny, so when I went over to the tent to go buy it, it was kind of ironic because I recognized all of the names of the people at it, at the tent, just at the same time as me, which was kind of weird because I don't talk to these people anymore. I mean, it was one of those mutual agreement things at the time. It was my VMall crew that I have nothing to do with anymore. They all were conveniently buying their mount at the exact same time as me, which I just thought was kind of weird because I don't think I've actually really communicated too much with them since VMall because it was kind of an unpleasant experience and they're a little more elitist than I like to deal with. I like to, I like to do high-end stuff, but I'm fine with being friends with anybody. And they are very much, you have two chances to screw up, and if you screw up our run, you're out of the Trials Guild and don't talk to us anymore. So it was just kind of funny because I hadn't bumped into days. Yeah, I hadn't bumped into them in so long, and I was like, hey, I recognize that name. Wait, I recognize all of these people. It's like, well, apparently we had similar ways of doing things still, but I just thought that was kind of funny.
Now, here's a question, just because I went and I looked and I didn't see anything. Do you have any idea how to get the different mounts yet?
I do not. So when you get the
apparently they're not out there yet. The berries. We need to get some berries.
The berry thing. So it mentions them again. When you get the 4 feathers, you literally click on it and you summon the thing. Really awkward if you're in the bank because it doesn't respond well. And mine spawned in the banker and like honked at me, and I was like, "Ooh, I think I was supposed to do this outside." And then it just kind of like dematerializes and then you can just use it for a mount.
Okay.
I wasn't sure there's been nothing more. I'm recollecting tickets from this event anyways. So I'm curious if you need more tickets to then buy berries later or if there's something more to it. But my Indrik, the nascent thing, it's just kind of grayish and Indrik-like. I mean, I don't know. I've been riding it around just because it's new and I got it, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what else you're supposed to do with it.
I think the berries will be an event or whatever on its own. Like they are not released yet.
Maybe it'll be next year too.
Yeah, so like maybe like
I don't
an
think they'll
upcoming
make us
event.
wait.
I do,
that
because
long.
I think this is going to be a yearly event.
Play like the long game on it.
Well, no, I legitimately think this is going to be something more akin to some of the World of Warcraft ones that are meant to have multiple rewards, and you pick one reward a year. So you get one mount, and so you have to earn the mount each time, but then next year when you turn in the feathers, you'll
be allowed to modify it.
Yeah, you'll be able to, you have a different mount now. So I'm honestly thinking this is going to be a multi-year saga to get
that
all
would be interesting.
4 or however many variations. Because
yeah,
let's face it, those of us who went nuts and did it all this year, if they don't add something new, are we going to do it next year? Doubt it.
That's true.
I mean, what do I need event tickets for next year if there's not new rewards?
Yeah, what are you just going to keep buying the same exact amount?
Which you can't even use then, like...
Right. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Well, that'll be interesting to see maybe what they do with it then.
Yeah, I honestly think that what they're going to do is you're going to have to pick up a new mount each year, and then you just get an option of, you have Indrik Mount A. Okay, well, now we'll give you Indrik Mount B.
Yeah, would you like the Onyx one this year, or whatever other colors there were that I don't remember?
I'm actually on the forums right now checking it out, and one of the comments is saying, in the original statement, it talked about the different berries for the different evolutions. It appears that the berries will be tied to the future events next year, purchasable in the same way the feathers have been. So keep your extra event tickets for the berries. So you were right, Ag, actually.
I was going to say, Ag, you on the programming board for this game as well?
Hashtag secret dev.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's almost like you said that exactly. That's weird.
Now, the only thing I'm really curious about is whether or not the berries will be independent or if you're going to need a quote-unquote second mount. Because I know some people, like myself, have bought multiple feathers, which in all honesty, it doesn't really matter to me because guess what?
Yeah, whatever.
What else? You can only hold 12 tickets.
Yeah, it's not like you can backlog. And I have 100 I'm going to buy next year's Ultimate.
I've stocked an additional 30, so I would have capped eventually. So it's not like I would have been super capped anyway. So it really wasn't a big deal for me. It's like, all right, great. Now I got more than I needed.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You since there are different evolutions of the Indrik mounts, if you have 2 of them, you can get both of the evolutions, like the whatever they are called. I don't know what they are called.
Yeah, the only one I remember is Onyx because I like that feather was more distinctive. But there's a green one and a blue one and a red one.
Yeah, if you actually go to the lady who sells you the feathers in Deshaun, there's a cage with 2 Indriks outside. One is the standard gray one, and then one is like an incandescent.
Yep.
Yeah. So we know at least that's there, but
yeah. Well, that's an interesting way of doing it. Then that's kind of interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I knew it was. It's like they're gonna make it so it's multi-year because if you could get everything in 1 year, next year no one's gonna care about tickets.
Right.
You gotta and going to other games, Guild Wars 2, for instance. That's a good one that has a lot of very popular events each and every year. And one of the things that people do is they were like, well, why would I do the Christmas event this year? I already got all the skins that I wanted, so why would I do it again? So they have to constantly keep adding stuff year after year so people still do the event because they didn't do it like 1 or 2 years where it was just the same awards and the amount of people actually doing the event was like zil because there was just why would I do it again if I'm not going to get anything for it, right? Like,
yeah.
It's all account bound stuff. I can't even sell it, which that may be enough of a reason in ESO because they often tie motif pages and stuff like that. So there's normally a reason to do it even if you don't care because if you get a motif page or something, you can always sell it, right? That's like free monies. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. So anyway.
All right. So let's see. What else? For anybody that follows my ramblings on Twitter, right at the start of the event, I hit CP 1000, which was my goal. That's kind of the end goal I had for like, okay, I'd love to hit CP 1000, because once I saw Rich Lambert did it, I was like, wow, even the dev's a higher level, like the game director's a higher level than me. I was like, man, as a player, that's kind of like,
that's because he sits in his office all day just grinding CP.
Yeah. Oh man, it's too efficient for me. But yeah, so I was pretty excited. I hit CP 1000. I knew I was kind of close. The New Life started, and a bunch of us were just like, oh, let's just run a dungeon. We'll see how close we get you. And I kind of didn't remember how much enlightenment plus a scroll plus having the double XP bonus really amounts to when you run one of those dungeons. Because we hit it, beat it, and I was like, all right, that's got to be, oh, wait, no, I'm already 1,500. I was like, whoops, that was like 1.6 million experience points. It's like, whoopsie. So, yeah, kind of pretty pleased by that. Hit 1,000 CP finally.
I have so many of those scrolls, and it's not like I level alternate characters, albeit, you know, I wish I could gift them to people because Arkhaniir needs some. But
he's such a low level at the moment.
I know. We'll get him up because I'm excited for next week's Tales of Arkhaniir.
Yeah, I'll give you an update as to his new level.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I resign from Tales of Tamriel?
Oh no, this is a lifetime appointment. You can't get out of this.
Oh man,
it's my staple to the show.
Signing this.
Oh, it's in the fine print, sir. You should have paid more attention.
Yep, it's a landmark episode.
Yeah, you definitely should have paid more attention to what you were getting into. We can't be held accountable for that.
On the note of giving stuff, like the one of the things we got this month was 2 instant research all scrolls.
Yeah, I'm a 9 of 9 crafter. Like,
yeah, I was like, I'm 9 of 9 in literally every. Can I give this to somebody? Like, I don't even want to sell it. Can I just let somebody have it?
Can you put? I guess it's account bound, so I could.
It's account bound. So I could use it on an alt, which I only use for these events. It's the only reason any of my alts exist.
Those instant craft bonuses, is it everything you're currently researching?
Everything you're researching. They're incredibly valuable scrolls. So it's just like, ouch, what a man, I would love to give that to somebody, just like, hey, happy new life, blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
I think I may keep that and then make a secondary crafting alt and just have them,
throw a bunch of crafting stuff on.
Wait till I'm like
are filled.
On 8 or 9. All of them are 8 or 9, and then just instant finish, and then put 9 instant finish.
No, it's not instant finish.
Yeah, it is.
Instant all research, but it's ready. It reduces by 1 day.
Yeah, it clicks it off a day. So it's an instant use. It knocks 1 day off every single use.
Yeah, it's not your entire thing.
Oh man, if it was the whole thing, take a month off the end. Oh man.
Yeah, I thought it was a whole thing. I didn't read it that closely. Because again, it's like, why did you read it that closely? Because I'm already a 9 of 9 crafter. It was worthless.
I know, that's
to
my
me.
thing. Yeah.
All right. That's not as big as I thought. I thought it was like instant finish.
Oh, just instant completion?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
No.
Yeah, instant completion of items.
The only difference is because of the instant ones as opposed to the ones you buy with the RIP vouchers, you have the 20-hour cooldown for the RIP voucher one.
Gotcha.
This one, you can use both of those and just go boom, boom, and immediately knock off 2 days.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
All right. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the only difference.
Man, for a second there, I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good, I guess. It's downgraded.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let's see. The other thing, luckily most of my things, even though I've got a bunch of them, aren't that long. So
good, because Ark's about ready to fall asleep, and I think
I know. So
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He has no idea where he's at either. So
yeah, it's because he's actually staring at a wall.
Where am I? Computer's not even turned on. It's just. I don't know how we have a camera at all. So, yeah.
Let's see. So one of the things I figured I would, a quick one is the shoulders for the Troll King thing.
Okay.
We've talked about getting the monster set pieces.
Yep.
and how easy they've been, it seems like the RNG is cranked on the shoulders, not on the helmets. Apparently they took that to heart, because I don't know anybody that's gotten the shoulders yet. Out of everybody I know, nobody's gotten it. Like, out of just like a bunch. And I actually see just in the notes, it looks like Promethean dumped 100+ keys and he hasn't gotten it either.
Man.
So
Is that still going on?
I think for 5 more days. Maybe
Hold on,
6.
I'm going to go back and I'm just going to dump keys.
I was going to say, use your magic powers real quick. And
I just want to see if I get anything. I just want to see if I get anything.
Yeah. So that's just
what chest do what chest?
It's Gilron, because it's Blessed Crucible.
Oh, Blessed Crucible. All right.
Yep. That's something I just thought funny, because
I don't have that many keys. I think I have like 6. Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't, but I've been doing pledges with people every now and then. So it's like I get new ones. I think I've probably blown maybe 20 or 30. And I was like, wow, the others I got.
Oh, I have 13 Undaunted. Okay.
There you go. So you got 13 RNG.
No, don't put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby, all right? She's like, no sleep, all podcast 24/7. Aisha, that only works if you're in chat all 24/7. And you know, the sad part is
I was gonna say,
I don't really want to make that claim, because she's always in our
she
chat.
will be
Don't
there.
do that.
Yeah.
She lasted my entire marathon for Extra Life. Isha, would you show up maybe 15, 20 minutes into the marathon, and then you were good until the following morning, when you're like, oh, great to see so many people donate to charity. I was just like, how are you still awake? I wish I were dead.
Isha's a beast. All right, so Gilleron, the Redbeard reward chest.
Yep.
Let's see. Open
Give
up
those a
first
shot.
one. I got Valken Scoria arm cops. That's it. Celerix pauldrons. Troll King arm chops, not the motif.
Yeah, not the actual motif.
Yeah, Tremor Scale arms. And Grothdar pauldrons. Infernal Guardian epaulets. Oh, that's kind of worthless. So much of these are worthless.
Yeah, those aren't good.
Exemplary Harmony necklace. That sells.
Those sell nice.
Those sells pretty nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Another Grothdar. That's stupid. Another Grothdar. That's stupid.
All the outdated pieces.
Ilambris. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lambris.
Yeah, Ilambris.
There's some build that people
Tremor
like.
Scale pauldrons. Tremor Scale's not too bad. Another Celandrix. Man, I'm telling you. A Selene. Oh, and I'm out. Nope, didn't get anything.
You're out. Yeah, so not even Ag NG can.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. If I don't,
we can declare that
it's not in the loot pool. That's what we can declare.
It literally does not exist. If I don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Oh, that's 8,000. That's not too bad. I'll have to go through all these things and find out which ones I'm. Oh, I got a divine medium tremor scale divines. That's okay.
That's not too shabby.
No, I'll keep that. Yeah. I'll keep that. Because I generally keep any of that. But yeah, no, not even with my 13 keys and my RNG.
No,
it doesn't exist.
That's what I mean. It doesn't really matter too much. It was just like one of the things. It's been so easy to get the others. It's kind of like, wow, okay, this one really just does not drop. Touche, game. Like,
yeah, right. Way to go.
Too generous, too non-existent. But the only other things. So I'm going to jump to the last bit here before my current event. So from the previous event, this was brought up on Lore Seekers. And I didn't want to mention it first because I didn't want to be responsible if it's corrected, because it's kind of on the fence about whether it is an exploit or if it is just whatever, and the devs don't care. Well, I'm not the first to mention it, so it's out of my hands. It's been brought up. So, do you guys know about the random dungeon finder glitch?
No.
You can queue for random dungeon, normal or vet, and then you can go do any dungeon you want, and it still counts as a random dungeon.
Huh.
You just leave. You just port out and go wherever you want, and you do that dungeon instead, and it's just programmed that you're in the queue. It gives you the end-game experience for it. It gives you the Undaunted rewards for it.
See, if I would have known that, I could have done the cheaper one and got all my stuff anyway.
So yeah, during the event, I found out about it because several groups I was with were, oh, Fang Lair, that's funny. How about Fungal Grotto 1 and jump up the water? I don't think that's how that works. They're like, oh, it's how it works.
Oh,
and
it's how it works.
So again, they brought it up on Lore Seekers, kind of questioning, like, is that an exploit? Do they care? I mean, it's not really, but it's also not working as intended. So it's hard to tell what the deal is. What I've been doing, we've actually been utilizing this quite a bit, but not in the way that others have been doing it. We just intentionally choose a pledge and do it on Vet, which I'm like, okay, well, it randomly picked our DLC like that. That's what we've been doing. So we kill two birds with one stone. During the event, I know people, like, I was with groups that were just like, no, we're going to Fungal Grotto 1 and we're beating this in 3.5 minutes or I'm going to drop from group. All right, fine, whatever. Like, but for those of you that did not know about it, that is apparently a thing. I assume they'll probably fix it, but maybe not if they don't really care. I mean, it's
or
not,
if they're even possible to fix it, since
or if it's possible to fix it
related.
Yeah,
like
but
they
it's just,
might have.
Right. It's just, it's very strange. And yes, I was gonna say, benevolent in the chat. That is why people were queuing and doing Fungal Grotto. That was the reasoning too. I didn't think it was real until somebody showed me that it was actually serious, and then suddenly all of my runs became, let's do Fungal Grotto 1. I'm like, I don't want to do Fungal Grotto 1. So it was enticing enough where I said, well, if we just do the pledge, look, it's two things at once, and then it's still at least a variety of dungeons.
Right.
But then the only other thing I've done during these, things other than running dungeons and all that junk is these things during this event for the New Life. There have been some money-making schemes galore, and I keep waiting. I mean, it's still new, so I'm sure that's why it's so valuable at the moment. But the fishing part for the part in Shadowfen, people are, rather than sitting there and fishing in the fishing holes, are buying the fish. Like, and not for a small amount of money, for about $5,000 a fish for some reason.
Sounds like I need to go catch some fish.
My friend made $250,000 in 20 minutes. He was just casting and then just being like, so he said it as a joke, and somebody's like, wait, you can sell me all 3 of event fish? And he was like, sure. He's like, 5,000 a piece. And they're like, yeah, done. And he was like, wait, really? So then he started posting in Zone, selling, and he got flooded with invites. Like, oh, I'll totally do that. Oh, I'll totally do that. And now that he's not so much doing it, I go to Shadowfen to do it, and people are like, I'll sell you the entire event's worth of fish. You just turn them in every day. It's the amount of the 3 fish you need for every day during the event for like 80K. And people are all over it.
I am porting to Shadowfen.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm really.
I'm like, this is unreal. Like, why this takes 8 seconds? Like, what is it? So that was something. I assume that has to drop off at some point, but at the moment, it's a thing. And the thing that I have used to make money, the charity rip vouchers that you can use, there's a chance you get them to get if you do 12 of them during the event, you get the cool frosty skin thing. People are buying those charity rip vouchers. They're super easy to make, but since it's RNG and the Jubilee box thing, the like New Life box, whether you get one of these writs, people are offering between 20 and 50K per one of those things you get. So you, 1, can't see my character because I'm decked out in glass armor with an ebony helmet. 2, I already have my Halls of Fabrication skin that I'm not taking off. So I'm like, I guess I don't really need this. So I started posting mine in Zone, and I made 150,000 gold in like 0.8 of a second because everybody was all about those things. So money-making opportunities, definitely a plus.
What else drops from the writs? Those writs, like, do you get a chance of, I don't know, motifs or whatever, or is it just for the skin?
So the like in the Jubilee box, or not, I keep calling them Jubilee box, the New Life box things.
No, the writs that
Oh,
drop
in the
from.
writ, so when you pull the thing, it's basically like baby's first master writ, and it's worth one writ voucher if you do it. It's a piece of furniture, like housing, that you have to build, and it says right in it, this is sold at a vendor. So it's like a common table, common chair, like very very base level thing. You make one of those, and you turn it in to the writ voucher guy that you'd normally do master writs, and he what do you call it, donates it to the orphanage. Is because you actually read the thing. He donates it to the orphanage and gives you a single writ voucher and some gold. And if you do the 12 of them, that's how you get your skin or whatever. But that's the extent of it. It's basically it's almost like introducing people to what master writs will be. I think maybe to coax people into trying it or whatever. But yeah, very very simple to do. But at the moment, they're worth a bunch, so I'm selling mine. And if they drop in value, which I assume they will, because that's how these events work. Everybody spends a fortune at the start, and at the end, you can't give the crap away.
Yeah.
So I figure make my money now, and then maybe I can get skin later. And if not, I don't really care anymore. So. But
I'll sell mine too then.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It worked out quite well. I'm slowly inching closer to 3 million myself. So
nice.
Yeah, so I don't really have a goal for it, but I just like feeling like middle class around Ag, at least, instead of the peasantry.
Ah, you pleb. It's nice you think that what you'll do matters, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. All right, cool. News time, I guess.
Right.
We'll hop into the news.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short. So we have a few quick dimensions and a part of news. So quick dimensions involve the Crown Store showcase for December 2018. As usual, these are visual stuff. So if you're interested, I urge you to go check it out. And if you don't want to miss any of the limited time offers, you should do that fairly quickly. It has, arms packs, costumes, mounts, as usual. And don't forget to get your free, if you're ESO Plus, free Vivek statue, and the free Priestess of Mara costume, which has, actually, let me tell you these ones at least. So the Priestess of Mara costume only has 2 days left, actually. So I suppose by the time this episode is released, it will be gone. But the statuette of Vivek has 19 days left, so you should be able to get that. Other than that, the Zanmir Crown Crate season is here, as we talked previously during the Tales section, whatever. And this will probably be here until what? For a few months? Is that?
I think so.
Is that how it usually goes? Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it gives you extremely weird lizard mount things. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, those things are.
They're strange. They're strange.
I mean,
creatures.
They look cool enough. They're just. It strikes me as like a were-crocodile situation where it's like, I heard about these things, but I've never actually seen them in game.
Well, there's also the new Twitch drop schedule for December 18. It involves everyone at some point, as well as specific people. And the people, most of these people we talked about at some point in the stream, in the show as well. So my brain is not catching up. And the news part is the Nev Life Festival, as we've been talking about for the last half an hour.
Right.
It will continue. This? Yeah, what is this? It will continue until January the 2nd, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you do is you go to Eastmarch, to the Kynesgrove Way Shrine, and go towards Windhelm. From there, you will see this tent and an NPC called Breda. If you go to
Brenda,
that NPC,
like I call her.
if you go to that NPC, she will give you daily stuff, daily festivities that people around Tamriel do for Nev Life's festival. These are easy tasks, just involve a bit of running around, and upon completing them, you will get your reward boxes and things like that that we've been talking about. Plus, the double experience and the double experience.
Yeah, double experience is nice.
Long period of time for double experience.
Wait, we have all month, don't we?
Till what is January 2nd? You said that's a long stretch.
That's a very
2 more weeks at least.
Do you guys remember the first year they did this, and you actually had to pour it out of the keg?
Yep.
And Breda's tent was a disaster because there were just hundreds of thousands of people all crammed around it all the time.
Yep. Barely could reach it half the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Best thing they did was turn that into a memento.
Trial and error. And error. And that was the news. I mean, obviously, there's more to it, but if you go into the show notes, I believe the links will be there for you to check them out in detail.
Yeah, they definitely will be. Cool. That's all the news, guys. Before we close off the show, we got to do our networking in Nirn. I'm glad I can think tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're all crushing it. Really on point.
I know, right?
So this week's networking on Nirn, very easy because she has a pretty wide swath of all forms of everything, and it's all branded exactly the same, which makes it really easy to remember. I am terrible at pronouncing this name, so if either of you guys know how to say it better than I do, okay. Fantastic. Most people, I assume, that have any interest in fashion whatsoever in Elder Scrolls will already know who she is. It's Tianlein, I believe is how it's pronounced, or as close as I can possibly pronounce it. She is a Twitch streamer. She's on Twitter. She runs a YouTube channel, which is actually originally had met her. Very nice person. She's more on the casual side. She does a long-standing Let's Play of ESO, which I think she's on like nearly 140 episodes or something like that. It's
almost as many episodes as we have for this show. Yeah,
exactly. Very, very nice person. Super inviting chat and everything like that. Very kitty based, so if you like cats, that's usually a theme in her chat all the time.
Acceptable.
But but besides that, she, like I said, she has a lot to do with the fashion side of things, which is kind of interesting since, housing and fashion is the end game for many in Elder Scrolls Online. Yes, exactly. So if you ever need information on that stuff, most of her content is very, very in-depth from what I've seen. I'm not a huge fashion person, but I know her from like gameplay side of things. But I've, looked through her stuff and it's pretty extensive. I also wanted to kind of issue a congratulations to her. She is a Twitch, what do you call it? She's a stream team member for ESO and recently just got partnered on Twitch, which is super awesome. Nice. So congrats on that. I know she was very excited. The other thing Benevolent brought up in chat. So she doesn't use a face cam, which I always find interesting when people do something creative instead of just a generic face cam. And she usually has like a festive little animal or something down in the corner, and it mimics her motions. And apparently currently, last time I saw it, she had a little fox. And apparently now it's a fox wearing a Santa hat. So she's got it dressed up for the holiday. It's pretty funny just because you hear her voice coming out of whatever the animal. She streams other stuff besides just Elder Scrolls Online. It's just that's, kind of the overarching theme to it. But yeah, no, I definitely suggest if you have any interest in that type of stuff, or just like a friendly streamer that you might like to watch, Tianlein, if that's how it's actually pronounced. I've never heard her say her own handle, but that would be my guess as to how it's pronounced. Yeah, if that's
spelled out too for
yes, actually, for the sake of audio listeners, it's Tianlein, and that would be. Again, it's a universal handle. She's got that Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, any place, that's going to be her. But yeah, so that would be who we would highlight for this week's Networking in Nirn. Definitely suggest checking her out.
Very nice. All right. Well, guys, I think that's going to be the end of our show tonight.
Thank God.
Yeah. I'm ready for a nap myself. Thank you so much, chat room, for coming out. You guys are amazing. And, of course, I want to thank my awesome co-host, Arkhaniir Silver Shield. Find him over at twitch.tv/Arkhaniir. Sometimes, I guess, yeah, sort of, when he's not asleep.
Or joining the Dominion.
Much, yeah.
Or joining the Dominion. Well, that's all the time. That's all the time. And, of course, we got Lotus of Doom, twitch.tv/Lotus OD. Not a universal title. It irks
thanks,
him.
Twitch. It drives me insane. It's universal.
Anyway, you can follow everything we do over at DungeonCrawlerNetwork.com. There you can find links to all of our social media, including Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I don't know who still uses Facebook. That's weird. Be sure to check out our Patreon program, patreon.com/DungeonCrawlerNetwork. If you want to help support the show, you can also leave us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes they matter. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tamriel, and we will see you next time. See you later, everybody.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark down in an alien well. Magica fused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till the end.